Hi, y'all. My name's Jared Phillips, and this is my family.
Jess?
Micah.
And Liam. We have been involved with the LC Sports since 2020, both as players, a coach, and a ref. Press on with endurance. When things get difficult, we can endure and reap the benefits when we stay in the game.
So we already introduced ourselves, but we actually have two additionals that aren't with us anymore. In 2019, it began a season of incredible loss. First, our daughter was born in December at about 24 weeks gestation. She was with us for 2 days before she went to be with Jesus. Just a few months later, we both lost our grandmothers. And then that fall, my mom, after 8 years of battling breast cancer, they found an inoperable brain tumor, and she stopped treatment in November, and she passed away in January of 2021. Later that year, we found out we were pregnant again with another little girl. She was born early as well, October 3rd, and we were able to have 2 weeks with her before she went to be with Jesus too. So over the last few years, we've had a lot to press on with.
Through all of that, Jesus gave us the strength through community, through our church home, and LC Sports to be able to press on through those hard times. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a ref, I'm a coach, and our boys played in the league. As a ref, I saw lots of opportunities for endurance to take a front seat in the outcome of the game. From the players' physical endurance, but mainly from their mental endurance through being able to do hard things when things didn't go their way. Also seeing that from a coach's perspective, seeing that the kids that were able to endure were the ones that in the end of the game came out with the best attitude, win or lose. As a coach, I also saw many other teams that those teams that had endurance together were able to come out on top a lot more often than those that struggled to play as a team through the entire game. In this league, as a coach, the challenge is you get 1 hour with every player each week. And so a lot of times in practice, I take time through our devotions, through break times to talk through different situations and help the kids to think about hard situations and how they're going to respond. That teaches them to think through situations a lot smoother and be able to endure when things actually happen on the court. A lot of times practices are more about speaking into that kid and how they're going to respond to hard things in life and not just about the basketball court. As a coach and a ref, I've seen parents that come with a ton of energy to cheer their kid on, grandparents that are in the stands, and everybody is rooting for their kid or their kid's team. But what I've seen is the fans that are willing to cheer on the entire court, the other coaches, the other players, those are the fans that have the most fun and are the most fun to engage with. Yes, there's going to be questions about calls, questions about when their kid gets subbed in or subbed out. But as a fan, I've seen the ones that endure the best and have the most fun are the ones that are cheering everybody on. And those are the fans that as a ref, I want to stop and talk to during breaks. And I want to engage with even when they have a question, because I know that their question comes from a good heart and that they are wanting the best for every kid on the court. Talking to the players and the parents about enduring and pressing on is one of my favorite things. Our family story, as you heard before, is full of opportunities for God to shine because He gave us the strength to push forward. From the beginning, I was very open with players about our story. As you heard, we lost our daughter in 2019, leading into the 2020 season, and I was coaching a group of 5th and 6th graders. And I came home to our first game, and I got to watch them, and every single player, because we were open with our story, had questions, and I was willing to answer them. Really as a coach, I want those players to know that it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to not be okay. And we talk about that a lot whenever kiddos are having a hard time on the floor or in practice. I always want to ask them about how their week is going, how things are at home. And that's not to push them too far, but it's also to get them into a place where they feel comfortable being themselves and being okay. But as a family, also, we talk about these things on a regular basis.
Yeah, we have a handful of family values that we kind of run our family by. And the one that we have used a lot in this season has been what?
Phillips do hard things.
Phillips do hard things.
As we press on through the hard things, we have to remember two things. That God's plans are always better than ours. And even when the things around us don't seem the way that we think they're going to, we can trust and have faith that God is going to bring us through them. That God is going to be there with us and not leave us there to do it ourselves. The second thing is that we can't do things on our own strength. We have to rely first on God and then on the community that God has put around us. LC Sports has been one of those communities that we have relied on through our hard times, and we're so grateful to have the opportunity to be a part of this league. We're the Phillips, and we do hard things.